Quinn Ewers, the biggest question with him is he going to end up living up to all the hype that he received coming out of high school? Last season, his first year as a starter, it was an experience. And it was a pretty up and down experience. You know, you had the Alabama game where a lot of people scream at you, myself included, Texas would have beaten Bama if Quinn Ewers was healthy. And then you have some performances that just make you go, man, like, are we sure this dude is going to be it this season? Are we confident that maybe his backup quarterback or maybe Arch Manning may not be able to dethrone him at some point this season? Quinn Ewers, going into 2023, should have a fantastic season. Okay, if you are going to ask me, JT, how good do you think Quinn Ewers is going to be this season for the Texas Longhorns? I think he's going to be a finalist for the Heisman Trophy this year. And that is one of my bold predictions for this season, but I don't really see how it doesn't happen. You got a really talented offensive line. You got to remember that Texas has recruited very well, especially when it comes to their offensive line. And they had a lot of young guys last season who are getting experience. Those guys are going to be better. They're going to be more developed. So this should be a really good offensive line. And they have one of the best receiving corps in college football. Their receiving corps probably is just as good as Washington's and Ohio State's. And no, they don't have a guy like Marvin Harrison Jr., but they do have a Xavier Worthy that Quinn Ewers is going to be throwing to, Jordan Whittington, and you also got the fact that Isaiah Nayer is going to be fully healthy this season. A.D. Mitchell transfers from Georgia to Texas. There is too much talent for Quinn Ewers to not be a Heisman caliber QB this season. Quinn Ewers was rated one of the top quarterback prospects ever for a reason. He has a really good arm, but this dude has incredible ball placement. That's what a lot of people don't talk about when it comes to Quinn Ewers. Like, when he throws that deep ball, he puts it in really good spots. One of his best throws last season was against Alabama to Xavier Worthy. I mean, that dude is a monster. So you look at how good his receiving core is, plus the fact that last season was his first year being a full-time starter, having that second year of experience, the game is going to slow down for him. He should take a big leap this season. And I think he's going to be in the Heisman conversation because it's a lot of talent around him. So he should put up a lot of great statistics. And plus, it's Texas. Texas is one of the biggest brands, not just in college football, but in all of football. So if he's playing good, everybody's going to be talking about it. And then that's one thing about the Heisman Trophy that people kind of overlook. The people who win the Heisman, most of the times, are the players that get talked about the most. The players who have the most Heisman moments. And Quinn Ewers is going to have a lot of opportunities to show us because he's going to be in a lot of big games this year. You're playing Alabama on the road in Tuscaloosa. That's one of the biggest games of the season, and it's really early. You got to play against Kansas. You know, Oklahoma should be better this year. So there's going to be a lot of opportunities for Quinn Ewers to prove himself. And also, there's a possibility that Texas can make it into the college football playoffs. They are the favorites to win the Big 12, and they do have one of the most talented rosters in college football this season. So if they end up not just winning the Big 12, but making it to the college football playoffs, then that also is going to boost Quinn Ewers' resume as well, because most of the times, the finalists for the awards are often participants in the college football playoffs. Look at Stetson Bennett, Max Duggan. You also had, who else? You had Hendon Hooker, who didn't get invited, but he was still a finalist in the voting. You also have Caleb Williams, who also was in the running to almost make it. So if your team is in contention to at least be considered for the college football playoffs, or you had a little bit of college football hype, but you slipped up somewhere along the late portion of the season, you're still going to get a little bit of consideration as long as you have the numbers to back it up. So even if Texas goes 10-2, as long as they slip up a little bit late in the season, but they're still competitive and they still are in their conference championship, they're going to have opportunity for Quinn Ewers to win the Heisman. And if they make it to the college football playoffs and Quinn Ewers ends up balling out, I don't see how he doesn't win the Heisman. So I think that Quinn Ewers is going to be a Heisman caliber quarterback for Texas football in 2023.